You're hurt.
I'm okay. But you gotta find Mr. Standish, fast. Those guys in the masks kidnapped him and forced him up to his place. He lives in the penthouse, top floor.
Okay, sit tight.
蜘蛛侠，杀了他！
So glad you're here. I can't find my car. I could have sworn I parked on this level.
Alright, hey, what's up you guys? Gavin here. Today we're going to be talking about just nothing specific, just kind of a free-for-all, you know, unloading of the mind, I guess. However, I do want to address some of the things in regards to reviews, yeah. Off to a great start.
快到点哦！ 你完了！
Alright,
You guys work here too? This building is serious about parking enforcement.
看我废了你啊！看你有什么本事！好看，不过没用。 让你自我前知。你弱得可怜，动弹不动手。自爆！打中枪了！别让他成功！看看你有什么本事！ 向他逼近！快到点哦！老子也知道你啊！看我废了你啊！你是不是不让我们？动开不动手！看我废了你啊！早点录！
Good fight. A for effort. Elevator won't work. They know I'm here. But maybe I can sneak up through the elevator shaft. Should be able to make it up to the penthouse from here.
Alright. So yeah, back to the review address.
If
Pretty
I get
much.
closer, I can take him out.
I was thinking of getting back into doing reviews. Don't know when exactly. It's not a New Year's resolution or anything. It's just me, you know, really enjoying my freedom with my channel. If you've paid attention, I've been doing a lot of edits and a lot of other videos aside from my main channel content. I've been doing video game stuff, and you know, for a while there was like doing little creative bits, some ideas that I had in mind that I wanted to see kind of manifested and, you know, visualized. But as we're getting more closer to well, it's already 2019, but I'm thinking Chinese New Year time. But like as the months progress, like I'm really kind of wanting to get back into that.
Okay.
I had a lot of vocal freedom when I was doing that, and it gave me something to think about other than like, you know, petty stuff, and it just really kept me focused a lot of the time. With the freedom of my channel, I was able to kind of just like wander freely and do whatever I want and not really like be really carefree about it, you know. Light. And which was good, you know. You kind of need that when you want creative juices flowing, and you know, I don't just do YouTube, I do music as well. I have albums, I have a Bandcamp set up, and like so I kind of need that. I kind of need a balance between like you know, this constructive world that I built alongside of the creative aspect to my life, because I just it gets really, I can get feeling trapped really easily when either my freedom is hindered or like or I don't feel like there's a sense of, you know, stability in my life. And I think doing reviews and sticking to kind of like a schedule and sticking to, you know, what it is I actually do on that channel, and you know, focusing and whatnot, it gives me a sense of that stability aside from my actual job and, you know, my other projects. It's just it can get chaotic real quick, you know. I think I spent the last years doing edits and other videos, and it was fun, but like I said, it's just, I feel a little bit chaotic and kind of erratic, more so. However, I did do a lot of practicing on my music, so it's kind of bittersweet in a lot of ways. But I just wanted to kind of talk about that for a little bit.
Careful. Tall building. Firebombs? Seriously?
Just some of the things that kind of, you know, pushed me towards, you know, wanting to take a break from the, you know, schedules and, you know, the system I had, and, you know, the real rhythm of it was the fact that there were some bands that like I would review and I just
not good.
really didn't like, but I already had like a set plan to review the album, but I didn't really want to make a video of me just talking shit about a band, because I don't feel like that's, you know, something I want to do. I mean, it is my opinion and it really doesn't matter, but I don't think that's I don't really want it to be like a negative thing. I don't want it to get into a habit of, you know, picking these bands that I already know that I'm not gonna like, and I know I'm gonna just say a bunch of mean things, and or not mean things, but wanting to be real critical, or like, you know, trying to make a justice of me saying that I don't like the band or giving it low ratings. I mean, I probably should, because it's like it would balance it out. I don't also want to be like fake or anything. Like, I love every band, but I do like picking bands that I can just kind of talk about positively, and you know, I just like talking about music. And there's so much negativity in the world, and there's so much like bitter shit, and you know, it's so easy to just be like,
There's Standish.
I fucking hate
Okay.
this, or I don't
Now
like
what?
this, or you know,
Enter your password.
dumb things about dumb subjects, and I don't really want to continue that. I don't really like doing that. Obviously, you're not gonna like everything in the world. Obviously, you're not gonna.
He sounds nervous.
Easy
Maybe I should
route
take him
to
out.
go in life is, you know, just disliking everything and being real, you know, just kind of a troll in life. And it's really easy to not be that way. You know, you can just surround yourself with things that you do like, and you know, not go out of your way to shit on somebody. It's really something at the end of the day, you know. And so yeah, that's why for a minute there I could not do it. Couldn't review a band. There's a band that I was like gung ho on reviewing. I think it was like I know it was. It was in fact Stray Cats, and this band, like I said, it was just I couldn't get the motivation to review the band. It was just so out of my like element of music, and like you can already tell that I don't feel like the real excitement about it, because it was just, there was a Guitar Hero 2 had these songs, and I think Stray Cats had one of the songs on there, and it was one of my least favorite songs. So I thought it was gonna be a cool band to like review, and it's a cool name, and they had cool album covers. And then I saw it, and I heard it, and I was like, oh, dude, what am I gonna do? Because I really don't want to like sit through listening to this album and talking about it. And so yeah, I just really got so bummed out about it that I was like, fudge. You know what? I don't necessarily have to review every band that I have an idea of reviewing, you know. I'm already gung ho on, you know, I set up this album, I set up what it's about, and I want to get that done, but I think that's the only thing that I'm really gonna be like
Need to clear the room before I talk to Standish.
so adamant about versus my YouTube channel. I think my YouTube channel, like the freedom of my YouTube channel is that I don't have to do every idea.
That one looks better broken.
Whereas, you know, my music, I don't necessarily, you know, I don't have like a barrier, or like there's no limits to what I can do with my music, you know. I mean,
And that piece probably could have paid off my
there's
student
a
loan.
good chance I could be doing a whole different genre of music as an album, and nothing would stop me, because, you know, that's just, I mean, I like all genres of music, and I practice a lot of all types of genres of music. I don't just stick to string instruments and what's it, crash, or what is that word? You know, drums, percussion. You know, percussion and string instrument. I don't just stick to that stuff. Like, I do a couple electronic stuff, and you know, I dabble in that, and I really love like dubstep and, you know, a good handful of like the classic EDM genres, like what is it? Not techno, not the word for it. But yeah, so that's the basis of it. That's the the peas and carrots of what kind of drifted me away. And I don't know, I was rewatching some of my reviews and some of my older videos, and like, you know, the real you know, I had direction for a minute there on my channel, and I didn't see it then, but you know, I was actually pretty decent, and I was, you know, wasn't too bad, and looking back, and I understand, you know, what I was doing and where I was going with it, and, you know, I'm ready to like kind of pick up where I left off in that regard. I'm not saying I'll never ever do edits again, or I'll never have another break, or a creative break. I won't say a break because it's not really necessarily a break. I still make videos, but a creative break, you know. My music, I will probably just keep going and just do whatever the hell I want with it. Like I said, there's no real limit to the music that I make and the music that I can create and the sounds and beats. It's just there's so many avenues with that, and I don't necessarily have to stick to one genre if I don't want to. I mean, bands do it all the time, and there's some, I mean, granted, there are some bands that really don't execute the genre switch up real well, but I think the three, I mean, I still probably stick to just like rock and EDM, honestly, because I think those two can really mesh well together. I mean, rock and hip hop could too. I've never really done like a rap or anything. I don't think I could rap. I mean, the type of hip hop that I'd probably ever end up doing would be like, it doesn't even count as rap, or technically it's like hip hop beats, study beats. It would basically just be hip hop study beats. Is what it would be. But all that kind of really meshes well together, so I don't think it would be too much of you know, a switch up on people who listen to my music, because it's not, I don't really play like heavy rock music, you know. I stick to just the classic strings and percussion instrument and the harmonies of that, and then combined with, you know, electronic. I mean, it's real easy to make electronic drums. I mean, that's what I'm already doing, so basically I already have the foot in the door for that. However, oh gosh, so drum and bass, I mean, drum and bass is just naturally a huge part of every genre, I think, in a lot of ways. Mainly the three that I listen to, all are involved with drum and bass. I mean, rock, drum and bass, EDM, drum and bass, hip-hop, drum and bass. Like, it's just really such a huge, like, umbrella for that type of music and avenue, and I just, man, there's so much I could do with it. So like I said, my music, I really don't hold the bar down or anything, but I do stick with it, is the thing. Like, my music, I come up with an album, I just fucking get it done. Like, I don't care what it's about, I don't care if, like, I don't agree with half the things I was, you know, why I even made it. I just love making music, and I'm just not doing anything right now in this game. I am just running around. But yeah, so that's the thing with music, is that, like, I will never not put out an album. It'll just be constant. But it will be different. It won't be like, I'm not probably, you won't ever see me make the same type of genre twice, or I don't want to say that either. That's kind of weird, but it's hard to really put my music into a unique or a actual one space. I mean, it's just good, easy listening music is what I would really, if you're gonna put it into any context. Alright, I'm gonna do something with these guys because I need to pass this level real quick.
Okay, all clear. Hope Standish is all right.
Alrighty. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna end it here. Basically, I think I covered everything that I kind of wanted to talk about. You know, I do have an album coming out very soon. Sweet Relief is what it'll be called. It'll be out probably around June. I was aiming for a May release, but I do have a couple things to catch up on before the end of January, going into February. So I'm looking more like a June release. So briefly, it is gonna be a very political album. When I wrote it, when I had the idea for it, it was like back in 2016, and there was a lot of ideas for that. There was a lot of thoughts and things that I were thinking, and things that I was very paranoid and kind of had anxiety about. So I thought my best method for relieving myself and, kind of just expressing myself on all those subjects was to put into my music and, kind of share my thoughts that way. It's not as harsh as I envisioned it, to be honest. Originally I had really made it to where it was going to be kind of a cruel awakening, but I didn't really want to go that route because I started to disagree with a couple of things that I was saying. So the fact that I just disagreed with myself on one thing was enough for me to be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be so like aggressive with my ideologies and opinions on things that kind of don't really matter at the end of the day. Political things are just how it looks versus how it is a lot of the time, and I don't really want to get caught up in that. I really just wanted to really rid myself of all those negative things and outlooks, and because I had really just dove right into everything politics at such a weird time in politics. I mean, half the people that were in politics right now are just completely unserious, and I don't think that it's a really good time for me to venture into politics. If I am going to do that, I think it's a really bad time. And for me to develop healthy opinions and healthy views was not going to happen realistically. I need to wait for more people who are also, have serious views of politics and serious opinions and things that I can kind of actually gravitate to versus just going along with, people's emotions and really, deeply rooted opinions of things. So, yeah, that's basically my totem on all that. It is gonna be kind of nice, a good album. However, I think musically I have evolved in a cool way that I really am proud of and like. It really does stem from a lot of the study beats and the simplicity of just less is more when it comes to music, and I find myself feeling really relaxed when I listen to my music, and I feel really like it's doing its job for me as a creative outlet. And I think ultimately that's what I needed in my life. As I'm getting older, I'm getting more afraid of things, and I'm getting more concerned with my living, my stability, my love life. I'm starting to really take those things seriously, and it does make my paranoia kind of through the roof a lot of times, and I can't just live with these feelings and fears. I need to either see a therapist or write down my feelings, or just a little bit of both. And I figured music therapy combined with just writing in general, and kind of having something to look back at and understand where I was coming from would be really good. And I think music is such a good place. I mean, naturally I just always come up with weird little tunes and tidbits, and it's just a natural thing for me. It's like meditating at this point, and I really needed it. It's doing a lot for my mental health and stability as a human being. So, with that being said, Sweet Relief will be out June. It's gonna be a 12-track album. It will have a couple serious topics, not serious lyrics, nothing that'll be super, up in your face. I think my last album did a lot better job of me ranting in an album, but this one's just kind of like straight to the point, how I see it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, hopefully in the next couple weeks or so, I'll get back into doing reviews as well. Probably still doing the games, because it's just so easy to broadcast and, you know, all that jazz. But yeah, if you have another, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have another suggestions for me to review, movies, music, games alike, leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to check it out. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.